All right, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Just Reading. And really quickly, I wanted to talk about um, The Idea of You, contemporary romance by Robin Lee. It's an age gap. It's got an older woman, divorcee, single mom, and a younger man, musician, musician, famous. Um, he's 20 and she's like, I guess, in her early, I think it was early 40s. And they start a romance that is great in the beginning until the world finds out. And then it becomes very obvious very quickly that this relationship might not be the best thing for either one of them. Um, by the way, there are spoilers. There might be spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers, then I'm sorry. This might not be the one for you. But if you don't mind the spoiler or two, then just keep on listening, okay? So the here in the story, he's like very much into her. He's in love with her. They're both in love with each other, to be fair. But she seems to be a bit more level-headed, and she is constantly thinking about the realities of their relationship, whereas in he he's 20 is not. She's also a mom, and when it starts to affect her daughter in a negative way, she really realizes, like, you know what, this might not, cannot work. And then she's also starting to think about the future. Obviously, in her 40s, like, she's not gonna have any more kids. Like, he's 20 something, he's 20 something. These age gap books sometimes blow my mind. Not saying it can't happen, not saying it doesn't happen, like in the real, but whoa. And it's interesting too, because you think about, this is gonna be a total, like, off topic, kind of sort of on topic. When the men are the ones, and with the younger women, like the 20-year-olds, like, I personally, I'm not a huge fan. Like, age gap is not my favorite trope, but okay, so there's no HEA. I'm rambling. There's no HEA. They don't end up together. I usually like at the end, the happily ever after, but they don't. But it makes sense that they didn't. Like, when you read it, you're like, yeah, it totally makes sense. Usually, but even when I was reading it, I was like, see, if it was a dude, the author might have just like been like, and they lived happily ever after, like this 20-year-old girl. Like, okay, sorry. That has nothing to do with the book. That was just a personal takeaway as I was reading, right? The subjectiveness of it all. But the story was good. It was good. It was heart wrenching, to be honest. Like, when you got to the end and you realize, like, okay, that's it. Like, there's no part two. There's no epilogue 10 years later. Like, they meet and everything's perfect. Like, it really just ended. It was heart wrenching because it's also told from the female POV. You don't hear the guy's voice or his take at all. So just to hear how she works through everything, and then when it starts to affect her kid, like how heartbreaking it is for her, and there was just so much that she was going through in her mind. Like, is this really the right thing? Am I doing the right, like, I'm doing the right thing for me because I really like being with this guy, but is it right for him? She was even thinking about him, like, is it right for him? Which makes total sense because, age wise, like, he was 20. Like, in a sense, even when I was reading it, to be fair, personally, I was a bit cringe. It kind of gave me a little bit of the ick. Like, oh, God, that's just so. And I'm the same way when I read age gaps, vice versa, though. Like, the one that I could not get into made me think of, as I was reading this one, Praise. I couldn't get into it. I mean, I read it, I did it, the thing, but I put it down a few times, if I remember correctly, because I was just like, this kid is a kid, like, not a kid, but like a college. And the guy was like, a dad, like, he was her, he was her ex-boyfriend's dad or something, like, that taboo kind of deal. And I was just like, I cannot, like, just does not, anyway, compute. But anyway, so if you like age gap, I don't know if I'm gonna, this seems, I feel like I've rambled quite a bit for this one, but if you like age gap, if you like the older woman, younger man trope, just to switch it up, because I know a lot of times all we see is like older man, younger woman, this might be it for you. If you don't mind not having that HEA, not having that conclusive, like, feel good dopamine rush because they end up together, this might be the book for you. Um, but yeah, all right, so give it a shot. Oh, and the film adaptation is gonna be on Prime, I think, which is why I picked it up. I saw the trailer and I was just like, ooh, it's based off a book. Let me get the book. And Anne Hathaway plays the female lead. I don't know the guy. I don't think he's not a known, like, I don't know his name. Like, I mean, I see Anne Hathaway, I'm like, oh, Anne Hathaway. She plays the woman in this. I don't know who the guy is. But look it up, because the book is the same title. The movie is the same title as the book. So look it up and see if you're interested, like, read the book, watch the movie. You know how we bibliophiles do. But anyway, so that's it. I hope you guys have a great day. For those of us celebrating Easter, I hope you have a great Easter celebration, however you do it. And keep on keeping on. And don't forget to just keep on reading. All right, bye now.